Hi, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I am going to start installing some of the important brackets extensions. And these extensions will really help us while developing our website. So let us start installing brackets extensions. To install brackets extensions, you need to open the extension manager. I'm going to click on this extension manager icon and it will open brackets extension manager window for me. This is brackets extension manager window. The very first extension I want to install is open in browser extension. Under the available tab, you can search for open in browser extension. This is the extension I am looking for. I will go ahead and I will click on this install button and it will start installing this extension for me. It just finished installing that extension. I'll close this extension manager window and I'll navigate to debug and I'll reload brackets code editor with extensions. You can also press F5 and what it is going to do, it will restart or reload the brackets code editor with extensions. Okay, this newly added extension has added this icon, and when I click on this open in browser extension icon, what it is going to do, it will open this index.html file in a web browser. I am going to click on this open in browser icon, and as you can see, this extension just opened this HTML file inside the web browser. So this extension is helpful when we will need to open a web page from inside brackets code editor. Next, I am going to install another important extension which will help us with the interface of brackets code editor. The name of that extension is custom work. I will open brackets extension manager and under the available tab, I'll search for custom work extension. This is the extension I'm looking for. I will go ahead and I'll install this custom work extension. Okay, it just finished installing custom work extension. I will close extension manager window. I'll go to debug and I'll select reload with extensions. And it is going to reload the brackets code editor with extensions. As you can see, this extension just added a nice interface for brackets code editor. Now I have tabs for working files. And there are icons for each file type. And it has moved the extension icon bars at the left bottom corner of code editor. And you can easily show and hide the sidebar. You can also split the screen into multiple editors. Let me show you. You can click on this show tab menu and it will show you the menu for custom work extension. If I want to move the main.css on the right side of brackets code editor, I can click on this move to right arrow and it will move the main.css on the right side of brackets code editor. So by this way, we can divide the screen into multiple editors. You can change the file icons from gray to color. I will go to the setting of this extension. I'll click on this settings icon and here you will see a list of options for custom work extension, and I wanted to change the icon colors from gray to color. So I just need to uncheck this grayscale icons option. I'll uncheck it and I'll click on this save button and I'll click on reload now. And now you can see that, just wait a minute. Okay, it is reloading. Okay, now you can see that I have colored icons for each file type. Go ahead and install custom work extension and play with its different settings. Next, I am going to install an extension which will help us to format our HTML, CSS and JavaScript code because it is very important to keep the code well formatted. The name of that extension is Beautify. I'll go to extension manager and this time I can find the extension manager at left bottom corner of the code editor. I'll click on this extension manager icon, and under the available tab I'll search for Beautify extension. This is the extension I'm looking for. I'll go ahead and I'll install this Beautify extension. Okay, I'll close the extension manager window, and again I'll reload the brackets code editor with extensions. Okay, let me show you how this Beautify extensions works. It is very easy. You just need to select the HTML markup, or it can be CSS code, or it can be a JavaScript code, and after selecting you just need to right click and then select Beautify, and it is going to format your code in a very well format. As you can see that it just formatted a code for me. And the same goes for the CSS. For example, I have some messy code and I want to format this CSS code. I can simply select this body tag, and after that I'll right click and I'll select Beautify, and it is going to format my CSS rules. As you can see that it just formatted my CSS rules for the body tag. You can format the whole file with just one single click, like this way. As you can see that we have a Beautify icon, and I'm going to click on this Beautify icon, and it is going to format this HTML file for me. Did you see? It just formatted this index.html file for me, and this is the beauty of this extension. Next, I will install brackets extension, which will show indent guides in the code editor. The name of this extension is indent guides. I'll go to extension manager, and under the available tab I'll search for indent guides. This is the extension I'm looking for. I will go ahead and I'll install indent guides extension. Okay, it just finished installing indent guides. I'll close these windows. I'll go to debug. I'll reload with extensions. Okay, I don't need to save index.html file and main.css file at this stage. Okay, after installing this indent guides extension, what you have to do, you have to go to view and you have to click this option indent guides, and it is going to enable indent guides for this code editor. Right now we don't have indent guides for the index.html file and for the main.css file, and now I'm going to enable indent guides for my code editor. And do you see, it just added indent guides for each tag. And now we have indent guides inside the index.html file, as well we have indent guides inside the main.css file. It is good to have track of opening and closing tags and to have the code well formatted. Next, I am going to install the CSS color preview extension. I'll go to extension manager. Under the available tab, I can search for CSS color preview extension. This is the extension I'm looking for. I'll go ahead and I'll install this extension. But before installing this extension, I want to show you something. I'll close this extension manager window. I'll go to main.css file, and inside the main.css file, as you can see that we have CSS color property, but we don't know what color is used for this CSS color property, and the only thing we can see the hexa value for this color property. Okay, and we also have CSS color property for this anchor tag. Okay, now I am going to install the CSS color preview extension. Again, I will go to extension manager window and I'll search for CSS color preview extension, and I'm going to install this extension. I will close these windows and I'm going to view menu, and I have to enable CSS color preview. As you can see that it just added color preview before the color property. As you can see that this color property has blue color, and this color property background color has white color, and this one has black, and this one also has gray or black, which we cannot see. So the purpose of this CSS color preview extension is to add color preview or color boxes before the color property. And once we have multiple colors inside the CSS file, this extension will really help us to identify the color very easily. So it is very important. So please go ahead and install this extension. That's it about this lecture. I will continue adding some more important extensions in next lecture. So see you in next lecture. Thanks.